Because 3 years ago, we heard from President Barack Obama that he wanted to fundamentally transform America. And I'm here to tell you tonight, we do not need to fundamentally transform America. We need to redirect, restore, and renew America. And what do I mean when I say that? What do I mean when I say that? Redirect our government. We need to redirect our government from this unsustainable path it's on. We have a deficit that's just one year's credit card bill of $1.6 trillion. We have a national debt of $14.7 trillion. We have bigger, bloated, wasteful government spending at every turn. Bureaucracies that are nightmarish. And a debt and deficit that are of completely outrageous proportions. Now, we're common sense people. We're Republicans, maybe independents, even some Democrats in the room. We believe in things like not spending more money than you have. If you borrow money, you have to pay it back. And there are no gimmicks or shortcuts in life. You have to work hard. And we've got a government right now that does not believe in any of those things. In fact, they go out of their way to call people who do believe in those things extremists, or even worse, terrorists. That's what it's come to from this administration and the Democrats in Congress. Now, Ed Markey, our congressman, Barney Frank, Barack Obama, they are incredibly short-sighted in their inability to grasp the concept that we must cut spending. We must. It is not even an option. Because pretty soon, unlike the debt deal this summer, which our Congressman Ed Markey opposed, because it cut too much spending, which is still to this day I don't understand. But we must cut spending. We have to act like grown-ups. We have to act like adults and address the major contributors to our debt and deficit. Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. In 10 years, 92 cents out of every dollar is going to be spent on the so-called entitlement programs. And they are going bankrupt. We have to be grown-ups and address those issues. Now, Paul Ryan came out with a plan to address Medicare, and he was attacked and scare tactics were used to throw grandma off a cliff. Well, I'm not about scare tactics, I'm about solutions. Nobody can tell me that the country that survived a civil war, that simultaneously defeated the Germans and the Japanese, that put a man on the moon, can't get their spending under control. We can do it, and we will do it. But in order to do that, we have to redirect our government. It is not even an option. We have to do it. Because pretty soon, it's not going to be a debate between Democrats and Republicans, or conservatives and liberals. It is going to be a debate between China and Saudi Arabia, between the World Bank and institutional investors. And we will be no better than Greece or Portugal. It's reality. Like Sean mentioned earlier, we see what's happening in Europe. They have an unsustainable model. An unsustainable model that is putting their countries into anarchy. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to see that happen here. And we have the time now to address it. We must cut spending, and I don't mean cut the rate and the growth of spending or 10 years down the road. I mean cutting spending now in real dollars, in real terms. Now, as we redirect our government, we have to restore our economy. We have to restore our ability to compete globally. Restore our ability to create jobs. Right now, we have an administration that thinks the only answer is more taxes and more spending. Just 2 years ago, in 2009, we had a failed stimulus. There's a reason why it failed. It inherently can't work. It is Keynesian economics, and it is flawed from the outset. Because what you have is a model where, imagine the IRS comes in tonight, they confiscate everything in the cash register, they go back outside, they start handing out the money, to passersby and tell them to go inside, go have a meal. Economic stimulus. That's what it comes down to. The free market, the private sector, is the engine of the American economy. And this administration and the Democrats in Congress are incapable of grasping this concept because they've been in government their whole lives. Ed Markey, our congressman, was elected the year I was born. Ed Markey, our congressman, was elected the year I was born. I am 35 years old. And in that time, every answer has been government. Higher taxes, more spending, more government. That's their answer to everything. Most of the time, they don't even know the question. So we have to restore our economy. And how do we do that? It's common sense. We make America the most attractive country in the world to compete globally. We lower our tax rate. We lower and flatten our tax code. We get rid of burdensome regulation that right now is choking and killing our economy. Now, those are all things you've heard before, but I've been out in this district for a few months now, and I've been talking to people who work hard just like the rest of us. I met a guy named Jim, who's an electrician, on the bubble of retirement, likes to work, so he keeps working. He does wiring for commercial buildings, and he told me that he had to pay $500 out of pocket to get a lead paint license. Take a class, take time off, time away from his either private time or work time, take a class on lead paint. Now, don't get me wrong, lead paint is bad, and we don't want to paint our houses with lead paint, and we should get rid of it. But Jim's an electrician. Now, that's just one example of the ridiculous regulation that we have that is choking the life out of our economy. And this just has to change. So we're going to redirect our government, and we're going to restore our economy. What do companies do with their profits? They create jobs. They take those profits and they build a new factory. They invest in a new technology or innovation. They open up a new location. In all of those activities, they hire construction workers, architects, engineers, scientists, accountants, jobs. We have to create an environment where money comes into America and doesn't get pushed overseas. So as we restore our economy and as we redirect our government, we are going to renew the American spirit. It's a spirit that's alive in rooms like this, of people that come out on a rainy night because they care about their country. Now, 3 years ago, we heard from Barack Obama that he wanted to fundamentally transform America. We do not need to fundamentally transform America. We need to return America to the fundamentals that made us transform the world. Now, with this renewed American spirit, we are going to reinvigorate the founding principles that made this nation great. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you we are at the dawn of a new American ascendancy, the likes of which the world has never seen. And we're going to make it happen. Because they say it took Jimmy Carter to give us Ronald Reagan. Well, it took Ed Markey, Barney Frank, Nancy Pelosi, Harry Reid, and Barack Hussein Obama to give you Jeff Semon. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.